Hi, I'm Catherine. I'm editor of Reader's Digest, and I'm here to welcome you to the October issue, which this is a cover here. We've got a beautiful cover with Elizabeth McGovern. I also have a very special guest with me today, Jasmine Birtles. Hello, Jasmine.
Hello.
Jasmine does our money column. But before we start, just to say we're in the middle of a move at the moment, so if you hear any odd noises or see people walking by with crates or whatever, then that explains it. But Jasmine does this column for us every month, the money column, which is always so fascinating. I think we started doing this pension guide.
Yes.
November is the second part of it, which is brilliant for someone like me because I find pensions so difficult to understand.
No, not surprised.
And
they are complicated.
Yeah. What about for people who haven't saved and they've now in maybe their 40s and 50s? If they haven't saved, is it's too late, or is it never too late?
Oh, absolutely. I really think it's never too late. There are things that you can do, and say, if you're 40s or 50s, you've still got, as you say, you've got a good deal of time. You've got at least 10 years, you've got at least 15 years, if it's 65. And a lot of people are, frankly, happy to work until 70s. It depends, start putting money away now. Put as much as you can. Absolutely, really put as much as you can. And also look for ways that you can make some extra cash. Can you make money out of your home? Can you rent it out? Can you rent out a room? Even if it's renting it out for B&B for tourists through Airbnb or housetrip.com. People have a lot more resources than they realise usually. Even if it's just that you've got time to spare, a lot of people will pay for your time to
walk
look after their child. Walk the dogs. Dog walking is brilliant.
Yes, it seems to be very popular these days.
£15 per dog per hour. Brilliant. 2 dogs, one in each hand, that's 30 quid an hour.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yes. And plus you don't need a gym fee then because you're getting exercise back, so it's win-win really, isn't
exactly,
it?
Yes, yeah.
Mark Carney, the Governor of the Bank of England, obviously said that interest rates would stay where they are for the foreseeable future anyway. But this doesn't leave savers in a very good position. So
there are actually more savers than borrowers in this country, and in particular, people who are retired. And of course, that percentage is growing. The number of retired people in the country is growing, and they are particularly living off their savings. It is a big problem for people who have done what they should have done. They put money away, all that sort of thing. When it comes to saving, and I mean, I'm in the same situation. I have some cash that I'm thinking, well, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. And
but also the interest rates are so bad for any and all savings.
They are.
ISAs,
yes,
all of that.
You're very unlikely to get more than 2% on those sort of savings. If you're willing to tie your money up for a year or more, then you do have a bit more of a choice. For a start, there are savings bonds, in other words, fixed rate savings accounts. Again, frankly, they're not that great. I mean, I don't think you're going to get more than 3% on most of those. The alternative is to go with one of the peer-to-peer lenders. So you're talking Zopa.com, Z-O-P-A, ratesetter.com, and fundingcircle.com. And that's really where individuals are lending pretty much directly to other individuals, and you've just got this sort of website in between. They take a small percentage, and they're saying that you can get an average of about 4.5-5% on that, but you do have to tie up your money for at least a year there. Any money that you have on deposit before it's lent out to individuals, that money is covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme.
Right, okay.
Once you lend it out to individuals, it isn't covered, although both Zopa and RateSetter now, I don't know about Funding Circle, they have a bit of a slush fund, so that if somebody defaults, and you never lend out more than £20 to any one particular person, but if one of those defaults, you get the money back from the slush fund. However, there is always the possibility that Zopa itself, RateSetter itself, Funding Circle itself could collapse.
With the stock market, because I think, again, a lot of us are a bit kind of, I've had a cash ISA, but stocks and shares ISA, sort of think, no, don't really understand. You have to kind of, it's a bit of a leap of faith in a sense.
The returns in general over time are much better than cash. However, with the stock market, there are so many permutations. You've got all these funds that look fabulous and then, they sort of implode. What I say to people is go with what's simple and cheap. For example, index tracking funds which are run by computer. You might have a fund that tracks the FTSE all share. So they put a little bit of money into every single company in the whole FTSE. And as the stock market goes up and down, your fund goes up and down. And they only take a small percentage in management fees.
To somebody like me, I'd be thinking, oh God, it'll collapse, you know. But if you go with the computer generated tracker rather than the champagne Charlie type of thing, then you've got a better fundamentally less risk.
Yes,
really.
Well, yes, in a sense.
But always being careful, obviously, with all money
it's
things.
All risky, yes.
100%. Thanks, Jasmine. Thank you so much for that. Really incredibly informative and very, very valuable.
Pleasure.
Really, really great. And money, when you get into it, is just so interesting, isn't
Yes,
it?
when you get into it.
Obviously, you really enjoy it as well. So you can read Jasmine's column in the magazine every month. These are the October pages. October's out now.